In an episode a few weeks ago, I talked about how algorithms could be killing creativity and inspiration on the internet. But after doing some research, I'm going to talk about the other side of the issue. Are we the problem? Hey everyone, I'm Andy Wong. Welcome to the latest episode of Demonware. Demonware is a show regarding the progress of my graphic novel, which shares the same name, as well as what's in my headspace regarding technology and society. So I want to begin with a personal story. Several years ago, before I became a programmer, I used to work in a bakery. I was a morning opener, so I'd come very early in the morning to prepare all the baked goods for display. Being in the bakery that early, I watched the baker bake the last batch of bread and pastries. So as I'm setting up the bakery display, I'm keeping my eyes towards the front of the bakery through the window, and I'm seeing steam exhausting out to the front of the store. So I didn't notice this until upon opening, there was this passerby that was sniffing the air outside, and they came into the store with a wad of cash that I realized that the exhaust coming from the ovens to the front of the store was an amazingly mischievous design. When I say mischievous, I don't mean that the intent was evil. It was intentionally crafted to elicit a human response that led to a certain action. In this case, a pedestrian walks by, smells the aroma of fresh bread, has a craving response, goes into the store, and now they're a customer. On the same subject of mischievous design, you might have noticed some apps on your phone are designed to elicit certain human behaviors. You might have noticed some apps have a pull to refresh function, and that's causing what's called a partial reinforcement effect, which means you're being rewarded for a behavior where you're granted the illusion of control. We have a ton of instincts and impulses that can be manipulated into certain outcomes. It's easy to say that designs are created based on the study of human behavior, but what if we consider that it's because of our human nature, and that the outcome of these algorithms and designs don't tend to come out in our favor? Several days ago, I watched a YouTube channel called Creator Insider, which is an unofficial channel created by YouTube developers. And I was watching videos by Todd Leung, who is the director of product management there at YouTube. And he interviews a developer from the search and discovery team named Todd, and they detail a lot about the algorithms at work on YouTube.
Our job is to follow the audience, because by listening to the audience, we'll do a better job of giving them what they want. So the way we think about the systems that we build is that they're really a gigantic feedback loop for the audience. In any given day, we collect over 80 billion different pieces of feedback from the audience. We look at things like, well, what did they watch? What did we recommend that they decided not to watch? How long did they watch for? We look at satisfaction signals, like did they like it, did they dislike it? When we recommended it on the home page, did they say they were not interested? We give viewers the ability to tell us that.
In further interviews between Tom and Todd details that there are actually many algorithms at YouTube at work, and they tend to change those algorithms 200 to 300 times a year based on the metrics on how people respond to videos. Is the reason why controversial things keep on trending or becoming popular or clickbait, is it because the way our minds are wired? Are these systems compounding and multiplying based on our human behaviors? I want to note, humans being attracted to controversy is not anything new. In 2014, a Russian news site named The City Reporter conducted an experiment. The experiment was, for one day, they were to not report any negative news at all. All the news for that day was going to be positive. What they noticed as an end result was that they lost 2/3 of their normal readership for that day. And the reason why is because we inherently have a negativity bias. Let me explain. There's a part of our brain called the amygdala, and it's the key warning system to our brain. When we encounter danger or we're given alerting or negative media, the amygdala is what fires off. We pay more attention to these things. The amygdala saved us long ago when we were escaping predators and tigers, but in the information age, it's been keeping us in a paranoia loop. So when it comes to YouTube's algorithms, sometimes it makes you wonder, if the algorithms at work are actually a giant water slide for accelerating human behavior. Now, with all that in mind, I actually want to leave you with some thoughts. If we are to fix mischievous designs and algorithms, not only do the creators of these things have to do some work, it is likely we need to do work on ourselves. We have to consider the impact of what we feed into these metrics. We need to take the time to consider how we consume our media and tune out so we can prevent the spread of bad behaviors that we already see quite often. This might seem daunting, but if we take a little time to take a step back and observe our own habits, hopefully we can make some kind of impact. Otherwise, we'll keep falling for the trap we set up ourselves. So that's it for this episode. My question for you this week is, do you agree or disagree that these outcomes are a result of our behaviors? What can we do to find ways to get unstuck from our instincts? I'd like to read your comments down below. I want to make a quick note here. I want to apologize for the delay in this episode. A lot of news tidbits came up and that were related to the subject, and I want to make sure that all the facts were solid. So thank you for your patience. Anyways, I'm going to say, create more, consume less. I'll see you next week.